Hello friends, this is kind of a unique video for this channel. I don't usually do day in my life vlogs, but I figured it would be kind of fun to pick up my camera today and just have you come along my entire day because one, it is Martin Luther King Day, so I have the day off, and two, I'm actually leaving my house, so I'll have content aside from being in my house all day long to share with you, which I think is very, very unique for this channel. I tend to kind of just stay at home whenever I do videos. It's my comfort area, so I just never think to turn my camera on when I leave. But I am now making the conscious decision right now to try and attempt to do that for this video for y'all and kind of switch things up and have a little bit of fun. I am leaving because I'm going to get lunch with some friends today in New York City. You all know I now live in New Jersey, but of course that's not too far away from the neighboring state where I'm originally from. So we are going to be meeting in Manhattan and we're gonna get some lunch. It is freezing today. It is one of the coldest days. I think right now it's about 22 degrees and it feels like 14 degrees. And it's not going to change that much throughout the entire day. So I need to bundle up later to get lunch. But the one good thing is, aside from of course seeing my friends, we are also getting ramen for lunch, and that's just the perfect thing to have on a cold day like this. So I'm gonna take you along this day. Right now, I'm like doing this because I'm freezing, not because it's cold in the house, but because I had that giant thing of water with my mini dew. But this morning, what I plan to do before I head out is two things. The first thing is to write and send out my weekly newsletter. I send one out every Monday morning, and it's not too long of a newsletter, but it does a little bit of a deep dive into one slow living topic, and I just send that out every Monday morning. So I'm going to do that first. And then the second thing that I have is to edit our podcast episode. We recorded last night, and so on Mondays I like to do a rough edit of the episode, and then Tuesdays I fine-tune everything, get little sound bites for social, and then Wednesday it goes live. I'm pretty sure I've talked about that before, but yeah, those are the two big things that I want to do before we head out, and of course I'll take you along all of those things. Another thing when it comes to the podcast, let me actually show you this one. Okay, so if you did not know, I've talked about this a couple of times on my podcast Instagram, but we are being sent to Podfest, which is a podcast expo. It's sort of like an event, a weekend long event, and we're being sent there. I don't know how that happened, but I applied to be sent there, and I didn't think that our podcast, our little old 4-month-old podcast, would actually get it, but our application went through and we're being sent there for free, so we get to experience Podfest for the first time, our very first podcast event. We're very excited, and we had a little bit of a meet and greet virtually, I think last week, and the people that are kind of hosting the event, a couple of people were there in the meet and greet, and they were like, you should bring merch, you should bring business cards, you should, make sure that you have something to hand out so that people can reach out to you afterwards. And I completely didn't think about that before. So I rush ordered a bunch of business cards, and here they are. They are very much on brand with the logo and the design that you'll see all over our website and our social. And I don't love these because I'm very annoying, but they're slightly off center, but they'll do for now because we're gonna be gone very soon. I can't reorder them, but this is the front. It just says Live Alone Podcast with our logo on it, and then on the back there's a QR code, so it just says at the bottom, scan with your phone to find us. It opens up our website. I also put our handle there in case people just want to manually type in our handle. And then on the top is one of our taglines, which is, "This is a spooky world and we're just thriving in it." And then yeah, that's pretty much it. It's so cool. I love the back 100%. It's just the front is driving me crazy because I can see that it is ever so slightly off balance, so excited! I'm actually going to sit on the couch and write the podcast. I usually go in the office, but since it's a day off, I'm going to take advantage of as much couch time as possible. All right, the newsletter has been sent out to the world. I think it is time for our coffee break. I don't have enough coffee for my pour over, so I'm gonna have to use my espresso machine. I'll do an Americano. It smells so good. Okay, it smells so good because it smells like strawberries. And that's because I found this new creamer. I just happened to go to Target, and I go to Target maybe like once every 2 months, but when I was there, I saw this creamer. It's from Califia Farms. It's the chocolate strawberry creamer, and it says it's limited edition. So I'm telling you right now, I found it at Target. Hopefully you can find yourself a bottle if it tastes good. All I know is that it smells good, and I'm a big fan of strawberry. If you're a big fan of strawberry, this smells incredible. All right, let's give it a go. I did an Americano with it, so let's see. I like it. Oh my gosh. I didn't think that I was gonna like it in the Americano format because Americanos are quite strong in comparison to like a regular drip coffee. I was hoping to do this with just a regular drip coffee. I think it would be even better in that way because right now I'm getting a lot of bitterness from the coffee itself, but I am getting a nice hit of strawberry. I'm not getting so much chocolate. Yeah, I'm not getting chocolate. I'm getting strawberry more than anything else, which I don't mind. I love strawberry. I'm gonna try this again with drip coffee perhaps another day when I get myself some more ground coffee grounds, and see how that goes, if I can taste the chocolate a little bit more. But I like it. I know a lot of people don't like fruit in their coffees sometimes, but I like this. I like this a lot. It reminds me of a latte that I get at my local coffee shop, one of my local coffee shops, and it's like a strawberry latte. Oh. All right, my coffee is pretty much finished. The episode is pretty much finished. This is the rough draft. I will do some more editing and fine-tuning tomorrow, but as you can see, it's about 24 minutes, which is typical for our episode lengths, and we are doing so much better than we used to when we first started the podcast. We're getting like straight into the topics. We're flowing seamlessly. It's just been a good vibe, but I am finished and I have about an hour before I have to leave for lunch. So perfect timing. I am being so productive. By the way, it is really dark in here because I did not open the windows. I didn't want to open the windows, honestly. I wasn't in here for too long, but also I kind of like the vibe in here when I was editing with like no light. Yeah, let me go pack up some last things before I head out. All right, this looks ridiculous, but let's get all of these things into my bag. By the way, this bag is from Uniqlo. I'm pretty sure this is like the one that everybody is obsessed with, and they have different versions of it, but this is the original one. Of course, whenever I do something, the kitties are just so interested. But let's start packing these things in. I'll start with these little pockets in here, and you'll see how spacious this bag is, even though it doesn't look like it is. But first thing up, we have this body butter. This is sort of like lotion, but it's not. It's solid, which I absolutely prefer because I feel like lotions tend to explode, and this obviously doesn't. This is not going to be ideal in the summer, but for now it works. Then of course I have some hand sanitizer. This one is like almost finished, but I have a new one over there, so I'm ready to refill when it's time. You know, the goods. Then we have a couple of lip balms. I know this is weird, but sometimes my lip doesn't need too much of a balmy balm, so I use the Glossier Hot Cocoa Balm for that one. And then otherwise, I use the Rhode Lip Treatment. I love the Rhode Lip Treatments. This one is the salted caramel flavor. I like that one for the winter, obviously, just, you know, seasonal flavors. Okay, so the pockets seem to be all set. Now we have my little wallet thingy here. It's a wallet. I don't know why I said it like as if it wasn't. Okay, let's see what else. I have my passport because I do not have an ID. I don't have a driver's license, y'all. Inhaler, you never know, especially because it's like very cold. I kind of have like breathing issues, especially when it's super cold wintertime. So you just bring that just in case. I have a mask also just in case. I have a mini hair claw. My hair is so thin that this tiny hair claw fits everything. So, you know, not so tiny for me. My keys, of course. Do you think my gloves will fit in here? Yes. I don't want it to be too bulky, but I think that works. Okay, then we have my bagoo, which is a bag. It's like a tote, but it comes in this little packet thingy here. Perfect. I love this thing so much. It always comes in handy. I had this on my Secret Santa list from work. Remember I talked about that book mug? The person who got me for Secret Santa got this instead, and I love it. I use it so much. So one of the best gifts ever. And then the last thing is this. These are the Google Pixel Buds. I think it's the A series. You all know I have my larger headphones now, the one that goes over my ears, the Sony XM4s, I believe it's what it's called. I'm using these, which are now Ian's, because it fits in the bag, and I don't want to bring giant headphones and have it just like in my hand when I'm walking around Manhattan. So going with those for today. And as you can see, everything fits, and it fits very well. It's not like super packed. So I'm just gonna sling this over when it's time to go, and I think I'm all set. Also, this is the jacket that I'm going with. I'll put it on so you can see just how big and fluffy it is, but it's from the Recycled Planet. They sent it to me. Thank you so much for this, like, must. It is a must, especially on a day like today when I'm heading out and it's so cold. This thing fits me like a massive blanket. It's the best thing ever. You'll see. You know what I just realized? I probably won't be able to take my Stanley mug because I'm going to a restaurant and I won't have anywhere to put this. And what if they don't let me bring this in? So I'm gonna have to be without water. I guess that's okay. I'm sure I'll survive. Y'all, I'm looking at my journal and I cannot believe how productive I have been this morning. I got everything done that I needed to get done before I head out to lunch. I mean, dang, and I only did that in the first couple of hours of the day, so I feel very, very accomplished, and when I come back home after lunch, I can kind of work on some other things that are not project related, just more like fun related, especially because it's my day off. I am very happy with this. Y'all, I am so upset right now. I was rushing to get dressed because okay, first of all, I wanted to wear this outfit specifically, and I wanted to wear like a cute white shirt underneath it. And so I realized I didn't wash, or I didn't dry all of my white clothes. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't know. I can't process it right now. But long story short, I was rushing because I had to put this shirt to dry because I forgot to put it to dry the night before. So while it was drying, I went to go shower, wash my hair, as you can see, did my hair, did my makeup, got dressed, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the last clip before I get into the cab to go to Manhattan with you, with like my whole outfit and the whole makeup thing and all that jazz. I have been standing here for about 40 minutes because when I went to call the cab price surged by like 60%. So I was about to spend, if I ended up going, which obviously, spoiler, I am not going into Manhattan anymore, but I was about to spend $75 if I wanted to go into Manhattan to have lunch. And, you know, you can do the math there. If it's $75 for one trip, one way, you can just imagine how much the entire experience going into Manhattan, having lunch, and then coming back from Manhattan, how much that was going to be. It was going to be nearly $200. So I sat here for like 30 minutes trying to find codes and discounts to lower the price of the cab. And I couldn't find anything, so I gave up after those 30 minutes, and I told my friends that I wasn't going to come. I'm so upset. Definitely not the norm for what I try to show on my channel. I try to be calm and peaceful, and, you know, when things happen, to just pivot. But I was very, very upset because I was really looking forward to hanging out with my friends. I haven't hung out with them in years, like the three of us in one space in years. And so I was really looking forward to it. We were also going to get ramen, and it's a very cold day. But, you know, shit happens. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to have for lunch. I thought it was going to be a fun vlog today where I can share a little bit of me going out and about. But maybe, well, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, I'm in a frenzy right now. But Ian said that he would offer to take me out for dinner because I didn't get to go out for lunch. So we'll see what happens there. I'm just mostly upset that I didn't get to hang out with my friends for a couple of hours, but it's fine. Life happens. It is what it is, and it's not the end of the world. That is a little bit of an update of what happened. I think the last clip before this, I was packing my bag. To leave. But yeah, my friends are probably already at the restaurant having their ramen, so I hope it's delicious. We'll continue on with this vlog. We're gonna continue on with this and see where the day takes us. Here I am back in my sweats. I still have all the makeup on. Anyway, so this is what I'm having for lunch. Soup, not ramen, but just some microwaved leftover tomato soup. I'm also toasting up half of a bagel. All right, y'all, I think I have now died down from that high energy panic mode that I was in before lunch. I had a nice warm bowl of tomato soup, and that definitely calmed me down quite a bit, not gonna lie. And now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of the day because I anticipated being out for some time, and I finished everything that I needed to do this morning. So I might go look at my journal to see if I can get anything done today that I can kind of avoid later on this week to make myself have an easier end of week. I can do that. And I can also probably start the Artist's Way. I have had that on my to-do list for a really, really long time, and now that I truly have nothing planned for the remainder of today, now seems like the best time to just start it. I don't know what I was actually expecting when I started the Artist's Way, or when I thought I was going to start the Artist's Way, but it definitely feels like a course in a book, which is actually kind of exciting. It feels like I'm literally taking a college course or something like that. But the intro, I just read the intro and just like the first, I don't know, the chapters before you actually get into the coursework. And it's very interesting. It's already trying to shift my mindset into a different kind of space and understanding of what being a creative means. And it's interesting because there is an intertwining of faith in here, of Christian faith, which I don't align with. So it is kind of weird and uncomfortable for me to look past that. But I think the important thing is to look past that and treat this sort of like your little mini Bible, if you will, but not in that sense, not in the actual faith sense, just that concept, if that makes sense. So very interesting start to this. Not what I expected at all, but I did find myself pulling out a highlighter when I was reading the first couple of pages. So I think I'm going to actually get some like sticky notes so that I can make actual notes on the side of the book that I can flip back to, instead of when you highlight stuff, you have to actually flip through the book and find the highlights. But if you get little stickies, you can kind of go to the sticky and know exactly where to go to, if that makes sense. So I think I'm gonna do that and treat this quite truly like a course, like a college course. I'm very, very excited about that. I don't know why I'm confused. It says a course in discovering and rediscovering your creative self. Anyway, obviously I'm dumb, but yeah, I'm gonna treat this just like a college course, and I'm very, very excited. I don't think that I'm going to do regular videos about the Artist's Way. I know there are a lot more creative people online that are doing that, and I just don't think that I will be consistent enough to do a whole series where I go through the book and then do the things associated with the book, the pieces or the assignments associated with the book, and record it at the same time. I just feel like it will probably take me out of the experience if I record every single thing. I know a lot of people were able to do that successfully, but I just don't think that I will. So long story short, interesting start to the Artist's Way, and I think later on this week I will get into the basic tools that this book talks about, which are the morning pages and the artist date, and then we'll see what happens from there. But I do know that a lot of people were interested in hearing more about this, so maybe by the end of this entire experience I will do like a wrap-up as to how I feel about this course. I'm kind of excited. I'm so excited to kind of look at it as a course now, even though I should have known from the cover that it was a course to begin with. So I ended up just listening back to the podcast episode and finalizing it, and so I'm exporting it right now. That's just one less thing for me to do tomorrow. Please excuse the dusty mirror. This is my third and final outfit change for the day because I'm actually going to go down into the basement and do a little bit of a workout with Ian. Usually I am on my walking pad all day, but I did not do that all day, so I didn't get much of body movement in. So I'm just gonna go down there and use some weights, the treadmill, stuff like that. Alright y'all, I think I'm finally going to end the video off here. I just did a little bit of a workout. I kind of do half and half when I'm downstairs in our little makeshift gym. I do 15 minutes of like weights and stuff like that, and then 15 minutes on the treadmill. So that's exactly what I did. I'm gonna go take a quick shower. Ian is treating me to dinner because of the whole mishap for lunch. So we ordered Indian food and the playoffs are officially here. So we're gonna be watching some football. And I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining me on this random as heck day. It's so random, even more so now because I didn't end up going anywhere, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Let me know if you're interested in seeing more day in the life videos. Fingers crossed I can actually keep up if I do end up doing more videos like this, but I'll talk to you in next week's video.